will be Lichfield, Trent Valley. And again, I'll try and give you some station info on that as we get there. One thing I did want to point out was at Tamworth, and it'll be again, same again at Lichfield, at the end of the platform there is an off indicator. Although in reality I believe that is not actually an off indicator, and is actually a CDRA indicator indicating closed doors and right of way for driver only operated trains. Or if it's a local haul train, then they'll use the RA indicator to tell the driver that he is cleared to depart. Although they don't actually simulate that in Train Sim, so they just fill the box with an off indicator. Which it does makes it look sort of better, but for some people who know the area well. I don't know the area that well, so I assume that's what the case is. But if there's someone who knows the area well, that could possibly bug them, because they know it shouldn't say off in the box, even though it does. As I said, that's going to be the same at Lichfield, Trent Valley as well when we get there. According to the HUD now, we are now 20 miles to Stafford. There we go, we are just under a mile away from Lichfield station now. Although Train Simulator actually calls this just Lichfield, I think you really have to say Lichfield Trent Valley, because there is another station in Lichfield on the Cross City line. But I'll get to that in a second. So, Lichfield. Again, it's 2 levels. So platforms, same as Tamworth, platforms 1 and 2 are on the main line, on the West Coast main line. Like Tamworth, platform 1 is the northbound platform, platform 2 is southbound, and then on top of that bridge we just went under is the terminus, I think is the Cross City line, that runs from Lichfield all the way across to, well, many destinations really. I think the principal destination on the other side, I think, is Redditch, although I'm probably wrong on that. Lichfield does only have 3 platforms, so platform 4 was taken out quite a number of years ago. So northbound West Coast services stop on platform 1, southbound on platform 2, and the Cross City line towards into Birmingham New Street and then out to Redditch and places like that. Probably Bromsgrove now as well, because they've actually electrified the line down to Bromsgrove. But I don't know whether that's part of the service or not. Now, one thing I am now noticing is that my camera is now down to 1 bar of battery. So I am going to leave this running, because I having done this before, I know that there is nothing ahead for a while. So I'm going to increase the power setting up to 37 and just let it very slowly increase, and I will be back in about 60 seconds with a charger for my camera so it doesn't die. Right, I have the charger. The train is still moving, that's a good start. I apologise, it's going to be a little bit shaky. Just for the moment, whilst I plug the charger in. So, again, I apologise for that in advance. No, we can't even plug the charger in. Alright. What am I doing wrong? There it is. So now I can actually just balance that on the tripod. So, the next marker point on the track is Armitage down slow. So we're running on the down slow. And shortly you should be able to see in the distance Rugeley Power Station. Yeah, as I say that, if you look just above the trees on the left hand side, you can now see the cooling towers and the chimneys of Rugeley Power Station. So we will shortly be approaching Rugeley Trent Valley, which is our next station to pass through. Just crossing there. I think that's the Grand Union Canal, I think. And then up just further along here is the River Trent itself. Yeah, that's the Grand Union Canal running on the left hand side there. The River Trent is actually just off the right, just to the right of the screen at the moment, and it's about to cross underneath us here at the next marker, which is Trent Viaduct. So it can then go and give water to Rugeley Power Station, although it doesn't actually need it anymore because, as far as I know, Rugeley Power Station no longer generates electricity and was closed a few years ago now. So see, the marker for Rugeley Trent Valley is now coming up. Just before Rugeley Trent Valley, the speed limit does drop to 110, but that will not affect us in the slightest, because, as I keep mentioning, go, we've just passed through to Trent Valley. So Route to Trent Valley, it has 3 platforms. These are all on the same level. The platform we went through was platform number 2. The southbound platform is platform number 3, and then platform 1 serves the line that goes into Birmingham New Street. So I think that's... we are passing a freight train. I think this is the freight train that makes us stop. See what the next signal is. If it's a double yellow, then we're slowing down, and he gets to go in front of us. If it's clear, then we get to keep going. Just gonna give him a friendly toot just to become past him. I can now see that we do have a yellow ahead, so I'm going to cut the power now. There you go. We have a double yellow. He has a flashing double yellow, so he's cleared to go out in front of us. So I'm going to just hit the brakes, spring speed down now. Obviously our red signal is just over 1 mile away, but on this route, TPWS, in Train Simulator at least, is active, so if we don't slow down quite well before the red signal, then we're going to be coming to a stop a lot quicker than we intend to. So I'm actually just going to increase the brakes now to avoid that happening. So we need to be doing about 20 miles an hour by the time we reach the... well, I think we need to be down to 20 before we reach the AWS ramp. So if you look in the forefoot of the track we're running on, you'll see the TPWS grids coming up shortly. And once we get to them, we need to be doing under 20 miles an hour. Otherwise, like I say, we will be coming to a stop a lot quicker than we intend to. But now release the brakes, we're now under 20 miles an hour, and the brakes are still coming off, so by the time they actually come off fully, we're probably doing about 10 miles an hour. The signal is still a quarter of a mile away, and you can see we're now getting overtaken by him. Speed limit here, I'm just going to increase the power. Sorry, I'm just going to increase the power just to get the train moving. Keep the train moving up towards the signal, because it's still quite a long way away yet. Speed limit there goes down to 90 miles an hour. At the moment we can still see we've got a red signal because we have this red banner. Or this banner that's displaying a danger aspect. Or repeating a danger aspect, we're saying. The banners on the right are the splitting banners for the fast line that train is on. So we've got the AWS ramps here, and so we're showing a red. That should be displaying a red. You can see the signal ahead is red, or displaying a danger aspect. To use the correct terminology. So we're just going to creep up towards it. As I previously said, we are going to follow that freight train all the way to Stafford. So that's going to mean a lot of yellows. Which is going to be fun, isn't it? So the signal is still red, so I'm just going to give a little bit of braking just to... press the right button just to bring the speed off, just so we don't end up spatting. It's down to 4 miles an hour now, and I'm going to bring the train to a stand, and just as I do that, we now get a proceed aspect on the signal. So brakes off and give it notch 2 just to get the train moving again. That signal has now cleared to double yellow, so we don't have to worry about stopping at the next signal. We're now cleared to the signal after that. So careful, I don't want to end up slipping here. As I said, at the moment we are cleared to the signal. It's about 1.5 miles in front of us. So obviously that train is going at quite a pace compared to us, so he's going to pull away from us quite quickly, so we might still keep the effects of him for a little while with the yellow signals, but shouldn't be like that for too long. I'm not sure this is the case, but looking at the position of this junction, at the crossover that he just took, in reality I think we may have actually would have been held at the signal previous to that signal, or at least brought to almost a stand at the previous signal and then allowed to continue up towards that signal, because there appears to be very little overlap on that signal, and according to the rulebook there must be a minimum of 200 yards between this red stop signal and the point of what would be the point of conflict. So be that another train or set of points or something like that. Although I think that rule doesn't count so much when there are trap points. But it probably still does actually count. So you have to come to an almost stand at the previous signal and then cleared up to the next signal. But of course Train Simulator doesn't worry about that, and which is fair enough. You just don't want to be spadding that signal, or any signal for that matter actually, but that one certainly. So as you can see ahead we have a flashing double yellow signal, and that indicates that we will be turning back onto what will be the down slow just after I think it's Shugborough Tunnel? Yeah, Shugborough Tunnel, which is about half a mile away. So, once again, we will have a case of we won't have us proceed. We will keep as a yellow signal at the junction signal. So we just have to be aware of what the next signal is after that. Although the next signal after the junction signal is actually repeated by a banner repeater, which does help. So I've cut the power now because no point accelerating if we've got a brake again. Let's give them a nice toot as we go into this tunnel. I think nowadays it's not actually necessary, and drivers aren't supposed to toot as they go into the tunnel, but I like to do it. You know what, I have an idea. Because it's the 250 video, let's play a few tunes. So that was Ilkley Marbatat. I think the middle one. I think I did Star Wars in the middle. I think that's what it was. First one was definitely an Ilkley. Second and third, can't remember what the names are. I think one of them's definitely a Star Wars. They might both be related to Star Wars. Right, so because we've got that upcoming stop signal, I am just going. Potential upcoming stop signal, should I say. Just going to bring the train speed down just in case it's not cleared yet, but although we should be able to see the signal momentarily, and hopefully see that the repeaters should be able to tell us what it's doing. Well, can't you see them yet? So I'm going to back off the power, back off the brakes at the moment, because we're slowing down a bit too early if that signal was red. Can now see the banner repeaters just coming up, and I can see that our banner repeater is displaying a clear aspect, so let's power away. And there you go, here is our signal. It looks to be displaying a double yellow aspect. Yeah, it stayed double yellow. So we just need to take note that there's a potential stop signal in approximately 1 mile. Maybe even less than that, but we'll see what happens when we get to the next signal, which at the moment is displaying a single yellow, but it might have stepped up to a double yellow or maybe even a green by the time we get to it. But we'll see. Here it's coming now. It looks to be displaying a single yellow, so I'm just going to cut the power. So it's now cleared up to a double yellow. So we're going to go up to 50 miles an hour, I think. 50 miles an hour seems like a good speed. We'll have no problem stopping if necessary. You can see on the right there's a few points. So we now have an up slow as well as a down slow. And we'll now remain in this formation until we get to Stafford South Junction, and then when we reach Stafford South Junction, we'll be approximately half a mile from Stafford Station. Just taking note of the signal blocks are starting to decrease a bit, so I just need to be aware of the signal and what the signals are showing. I think we have a Morpeth board warning coming up for the upcoming 50 mile an hour that's just come onto the screen as well shortly. Although I think that's actually after this signal. So, what's the next signal doing? Next signal is displaying a single yellow, so immediately brakes applied. It has now stepped up to a double yellow, so that's not quite so necessary now, but like I say, we just need to be aware of what the signals are showing. I think we're now doing 40 miles an hour, which is fine. We don't really want to be going any faster than that. Okay, there isn't a natural odorous warning, but there is the Morpeth warning for the 50 mile an hour speed restriction as we round the curve to